Game. It's the Ravens and the Bills, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4.
Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. Well, here come the Bills, and you don't have to look hard to find their fifth-year star QB, taken 7th overall back in 2018, Josh Allen.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Now the fourth-year running back, this is Devin Singletary. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Time to see this wide-open Baltimore offense go to work, and leading them, pretty darn good one. Lamar Jackson out of Louisville.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Offside. Ethan.
So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty, so that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Allen now looks to throw.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
The Ravens hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On the move to his left. Walker with a grab, left side.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Running left is Walker. Shoves him aside. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
59 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Jackson. And Walker with it over the middle.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns.
And this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Two fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. The Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Here's Allen.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary to the 43, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. 1st down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
On the return is Williams.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
That'll go down as a 92-yard punt return score. And the Ravens continue to pull away here in this first half.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Allen going to throw. Crowder's got it over the middle. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Here's Williams to return. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown as time expires in the first half. And the Ravens would extend their lead on the final play of the half. Tucker now for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into...
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hands it to Walker to begin the series.
And some room to run now. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
82 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, we're used to seeing big plays from him in the passing game. That'll obviously go as a rushing touchdown, and what a rushing touchdown it was.
And you got to think to yourself that this coaching staff has looked at his playmaking ability and said to themselves, why are we just going to throw it to him? Let's double his touches and make him a big part of the run game. That big playability, it was in the forefront on that one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Pulls it in at the 13. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen.
Singletary loses it.
And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there.
Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter. He finished with over 300 yards on the night. Later ended up in the NFL.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
A short kick taken at the 18. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Here's Allen to throw it. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Micah Parsons
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen looking sideline, incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Buying time in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. 72 yards on the punt return.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
A short kick taken at the 18. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bills ready to take over.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Steps away to his left.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On third down, here's Taylor. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Walker. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
Kenneth Walker, his 11th rushing touchdown. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive, 4 plays.
And he was capped off by a touchdown run from the rookie, Ken Walker.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Allen. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Bills on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
There's Sam Martin now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll try and hurry the kick. Gets it away, but it's not looking that great. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Jamison Williams.
32 yards.
And the Ravens are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Allen. Forced out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This to Hines on the drop-off. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
Here's Sam Martin now.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Returnable here from the 38. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
105 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And some room to maneuver.
they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Allen now on first down. He finds his man. That's Sweeney. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Dave's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Chase Young picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Allen. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up fourth. Here's Sam Martin now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's got room. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the... They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there, and gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't, and also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you,